what we're here for. Well, let's talk about a team that is in some trouble right now. And just because of the performance last night, Texas men's basketball did not live up to par, did not play up to par, and they got embarrassed yesterday by the Arkansas Razorbacks. Tip your cap to Arkansas for what they are able to achieve. Great players, great execution, world-class coach on the sideline when it comes to his win-loss record. But Sean Miller did not hold his tongue after the game in the disappointment on the performance, but he did single out one player in particular.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's it's been an up and down season for Jordan Pope, right? I mean, here's the thing. You talk about someone who Jordan was coming off of arguably the best game of not only his season, but his career at Texas A&M. And that's why I asked Sean Miller, hey, do you win that game without Jordan Pope's performance? And Sean said no. And he said, there's no player that I've coached harder than Jordan Pope this season. Jordan was all smiles, quite frankly. We spoke him in the post game. To pick up 4 fouls in 4 minutes, 3 fouls in the first half, that certainly is disappointing of your point guard, disappointing of your senior leader, disappointing, probably most notably, Mark and Harge, of a guy who is playing for his basketball career, right? Because we don't know what the future holds for him moving forward. Yep. Those are the types of things that Sean Miller is trying to coach out of him, because if you do this 7 to 10, or I shouldn't say 7 days, but 10 days from now, 14 days from now, this is it. There is no, turn the corner, looking to the next game.
Right. And that's what I told Mark just a little while ago, is like, these are those moments that you can't have a senior player, guy with as much court time as he has, not be able to show up in those particular moments. And again, you had a great performance by Vocatitis as far as points are concerned. You had Tremont Mark doing his thing, but you didn't have, number one, the defense still struggled because that Arkansas team was so athletic and was able to get anything that they wanted. And it just didn't seem like the team had much fight left in them.
It's funny. The reason I laugh, I apologize hard for laughing when you mentioned Modest, because Modest, by the numbers, had a good game. However, if you watch that game, there were a handful of moments that Modest, as a 7-footer, looked like I almost said something you can't see on the air, looked like he was getting his stuff set and back towards him by guys who are 4, 5, 6 inches shorter than him. Okay. You can't turn your head at 20 points and the 7 boards he gave. However, that's something that I think is noticeable for him. It's not going to get fixed this year, right? But heading into next offseason, first off, Texas will need to retain him, because despite what the chatter on, Horns 24/7, I'm sure other message boards from Texas fans may say about, if Modest comes back. Listen, 7-footers with his skill set and his upside don't grow on trees, okay? If Texas lets him walk, there'll be 800 teams in college basketball who will want him. However, he does need to become more physically assertive at the rim. And just, it's you don't want to use the Shaq analogy because there's only one Shaq. However, when you're 7 foot tall, you got to finish. You can't get your stuff swatted back at you guys that are 6'8".